2005.
Your video now keeps glitching out, so you get bored and turn on the computer in the family room. Welcome to Mac OS X Tiger. Sorry. Your dad paid $129.99 so you can be looking at this screen right now, even though he had previously purchased OS X Panther for the same price. Well, let's take a look at some of Tiger's new $130 applications. Tim Cook didn't know what sweatshop meant, so he tried to look it up in a dictionary, but he couldn't even lift the book because his arms were too sore from his morning pickleball match, so he asked his buddies to program this dictionary app instead. QuickTime now has support for the H.264 codec. Actually, you think you've got a video in that codec saved on here.
2005.
Your video now keeps glitching. Alright, that's enough of that. Gotta mention Photo Booth. You couldn't get this app originally because your Mac didn't come with a camera, but you ditched the blobject for Eve from WALL-E and you never looked back.
But it gets even better.
Automator is this script automation thing, aka indentured computer servitude. You really enjoy the icon for this one, but you don't work an office job or anything, so you just use it to batch rename your 16 fan art. The Mail app isn't new, but it used to look like this. John Siracusa from Ars Technica said the updated interface looks like it got beaten with the ugly stick. You didn't know people got so worked up over this stuff. Oh, and this last one's your favorite. It's called Dashboard, and when you open it, you get these new things called widgets. Widgets. Widgets are cute mini applications that let you perform common tasks and access bite-sized pieces of information on your desktop.
My newest addition to my dashboard is my 3G iPhone widget. It's basically just a countdown to the launch of the 3G iPhone.
They look sick, feel slick, and really embody that skeuomorphism thing that's been making the rounds this decade. You can do anything from playing games to tracking flights. Underneath the hood, they use a simple HTML and JavaScript engine. If you really wanted to, you could open up any widget in a browser to achieve basically the same functionality. A lot of widgets ditto pre-existing apps on the system like the calculator and dictionary, but some other ones are really quite deep, like the translation widget that uses a Systran machine translation plugin for 12 different languages. Developers in the community have also been making third-party widgets. This Chia Pet widget requires watering every 2 days for the turtle homunculus to grow hair. Prank your dad with this whoopee cushion widget the next time he sits on top of your computer screen. Have a dashboard on your dashboard with this little car widget that lets you steer the wheel and toggle lights and stuff. Check this shit out, you can search Bible verses and play Sudoku at the same time. A few widgets even use things like Flash and Unity for more complex graphics. Newsflash, widgets aren't new. Hi, it's me, I'm the guy in the future making a YouTube video in the future. What most people don't know is in 2003 a program called Confabulator was released by these three developers. The application used a very similar JavaScript runtime environment for small applications referred to as widgets. Arlo Rose was an early pioneer of GUI skinning for MP3 players, also just macOS in general, and he was pretty PO'd when Tiger was first announced. It's insulting, is what it is. They could have at least offered to work with us or to buy it. I mean, these guys quit their job and made a whole firm just to work on Confabulator until it was actually bought by Yahoo right after Tiger was released. Does that make Steve Jobs an evil fuck who ripped them off? That guy John Siracusa didn't think so. Clearly the idea of an accessory application is very old and has long since spread beyond the bounds of any one application technology. At a certain point, ideas simply enter into the public consciousness. After all, the very first version of macOS had a small calculator, a 15-tile puzzle, and a tiny clock. Rose would know this because he was a former Apple employee. A widget is a widget is a widget, and we've all made this unconscious agreement that a cute little calculator occupying a couple inches on your screen that's by all means less powerful than the one sitting on top of your desk is somehow more aesthetically resonant than anything you'd find in the real world, no matter who codes it. Which is why no one really cried wolf when Windows Vista was shipped with desktop gadgets just 2 years later. More of a Linux person? GNOME had screenlets and GDesklets, and KDE Plasma still supports plasmoids. But there's only so many ways you can make a clock widget, especially when the time is always displayed at the bottom of your screen. The existence of widgets in the OS ecosystem does raise some awkward questions. There used to only be a weather widget, now there's a whole weather app. What happened? Did we get more weather? Also, why have a Stickies widget at all when there's already been a Stickies app for like 10 years? Dashboard was a digital novelty, holding captive information that could be accessed in other more convenient but considerably less aesthetic ways. Everybody loves little, but ultimately the usage data for Dashboard in Windows gadgets was so little that they were phased out entirely by the mid-2010s.
2024.
Hey, widgets are on Mac again. And your phone. And everywhere else, really. Widgets on Apple Watch are just a few square centimeters. Somehow it's not the same, these are too homogeneous. Before, using widgets felt like taking a mini vacation on your computer. Now the lines are blurred, and it's almost impossible to escape a sense of gross corporate minimalism. Both Apple and Microsoft describe modern widgets as referencing apps at a glance, which to you is why they're low-key boring. You're a fan of the perfectly imperfect widgets on Android, but in general, widgets now just serve as peepholes into the larger framework of whatever application is standing in the hallway. Yeah, your phone looks pretty fucking swag. But gone are the days of cute self-contained mini apps that look like you could pluck them right off your desktop. Semi at the end of time here to say that you got absolutely pranked. I actually made that little car widget myself. You can control the AC, make yourself hydroplane, change the horn sound, and of course it's based off of a 2005 Honda Accord interior. It's compatible with every macOS version that uses widgets. Download instructions are in the description. Okay, bye, I love you.